Will Kenny and Adam Page lose their Revolution? Before the match, I was wondering if they're going to lose SCU because that'd be pretty terrible if they lost the first defense against. I don't think SCU draws. Kenny hasn't proven to draw for AEW ever, but at least he's a big name. He obviously can sell merchandise, sell DVDs. His work rate's great, etc. It would take him 2 more months or 3 more months to give Adam Page and Kenny Omega a match. Another opportunity to lose the belt at a pay per view after AEW Revolution. I don't know if we think it's a turn because Meltzer must talk if said it's his turn. AEW commentators have talked about it. I don't know if Adam Page did. Adam Page is getting cheers. I guess if Adam Page loses, Kenny Omega can continue the Pac feud. Moxley versus Jericho. Moxley being Jericho would be alright because he's like the Austin to like the McMahon of Jericho. With that, Sarah Mary said maybe he'll have him lose, then have Jericho win in the rematch. Sarah Mary's mentioned the win-loss record to Moxley. I wonder if Jericho beating Moxley would be like Nash beating Goldberg. What are your thoughts on subscribe? He's got the whole invincibility thing where he's like Austin, wrestling with an eye. He has like the Austin like promos, tricking Jericho into thinking that he joined the Inner Circle. I can't think the tag team battle royals this week. This is next week because Paco versus Omega 2 weeks. Wardlow versus Cody's next week, so I guess tag team battle royals next week. Big show. 3 shows until Revolution, including this week. Sam Murray's and probably others wish AEW had 6 pay-per-views a year and more belts. About the pay-per-views, AEW makes a lot of money from the pay-per-views, more than WWE does. AEW is the leading draw for pay-per-view money compared to WWE. Good buy rates for those. I think that getting rid of having less pay-per-views helps just to make sure that the pay-per-views sell out. I don't know if that logic necessarily works. Some people criticize NJPW for having too many belts. AEW has a situation where everyone who has a world title draws. Riho. I don't know if Omega draws, but Omega is a 5-star caliber wrestler. I like Kazarian as Chicago Sky. Jericho, of course, draws a lot of merchandise, all those catch lines he has. I like the idea of Pac having a U.S. title. But I have this situation with, like, if they have the 6-man belt. If the best friends won the 6-man belt, why would you take them off, the belts off? Why would you take the best friends off the 6-man belt? Orange Cassidy is so over. I don't know if he draws, but he's so over that it doesn't make any sense to take the belt off him. Everyone had. You have 4 really big world title draws, and then what have been proven. Riho has proven every week that she draws. Jericho has proven every week his segments draw a little bit more than the rest of the segments. I haven't checked. I checked the per week thing. I don't check from week to week the comparisons of the quarters, which I figured for was very good. They would do that. SCU was probably in the Impact former areas when they were getting good cheers. I felt the sample size was pretty good. 3 months is a pretty decent sample size. Show that Riho and Jericho drew. The tag teams never showed that they could draw. According to the quarters, it was mainly Riho, the Nightmare Collective, which is probably Shida wrestling against Nightmare Collective. The Statlander thing. And all the Chris Jericho segments. Cody and I don't know, maybe one of the Cody segments drew, but normally Jericho's more consistent. Cody would only be like a couple weeks where he's the top draw. Moxley can cut good promos. He has a good persona. He has like the awesome persona. But Jericho has the most merchandise he can sell. I've got a ticket. How can you let that guy wrestle? He took out a guy's eye. You're gonna have a whole like lawsuit thing about how he took out Ortiz's eye, which would be pretty interesting. I don't know about Omega's AEW numbers. He definitely sold a lot of merchandise for New Japan. I don't know about DDT. That being said, about Omega and Page, the most easiest way for Omega and Page to have someone to wrestle and to lose the belts to at Revolution would be the Bucks. Not because of the Page turn heel thing, but like the Bucks are such a conservative choice to have be the AEW tag team champs. Only an idiot would screw this up. Like Walter versus Tyler Bate. I would like to see Omega and Page have the titles for a little bit longer. And not have them job the SCU on the first defense. Omega and Page versus the Lucha Bros because of Pentagon and Kenny Omega. Omega Page versus Jericho and Guevara. Fix Jericho versus Omega, and you can have Omega and Page wrestle the Inner Circle all the time. It's sort of a shame of Elite. They're not really in the main spotlight because Moxley's wrestling Jericho. There's Cody Dustin. A lot of singles wrestlers you can have him wrestle against. That's about it for my pre-AEW Dynamite February 12th, 2020 podcast. What are your thoughts, like I'm Scrap?